Welcome to the whitest house. Slave souls haunt the halls when the light is out. Except the blood of the poor and the way they mouth. The last gasp of a world that is dying out. Welcome to the whitest house, where every room is a tomb that they lie about. Where you can put your filthy feet on the finest couch, and for the right amount, you can even buy it out.
That's the essence of your entire political identity. You might be a white supremacist.
I can.
Oh, we got the red record button going.
Yeah, that's it. Make it clap, Miracle. Make it clap.
Whoa. And another lifetime.
Hey.
Or when I go home to Atlanta.
Oh, okay, which is like
another city
every other weekend.
Yeah. Magic City Miracle.
Hey.
Listen, I got the wings just for the wings. Me and Lou.
The lemon pepper wet. The lemon pepper wet.
Me and Lou.
Is it this one?
Wings.
Which camera am I looking at again? Hey, welcome to This Week in White Supremacy. Man, it's always a different feel when it's like breaking, white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Like how white supremacy is gonna mess up our lives.
How it's gonna white today? Is that it?
It's whiting, bro. It's super white.
Couldn't that be like a prejudicial statement?
How?
I don't know. I just feel like if anything people watch on the show, that's a statement they could probably take umbrage with.
That white supremacy is
whiting. Like not the fish, but like the adjective of whiteness.
It's to those folks that's taking umbrage. That's your problem. Get your folks.
Yeah.
Like,
them is you.
Like just think of us like toothpaste, like Crest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get your folks. I'm Jasiri X. I'm co-founder, CEO of One Hood Media. To my immediate right,
it's your girl, Miracle.
I hope you came with all your legal opinions today because we got a lot for you, Miracle.
So sad. Yep, I'm here, just your resident legal expert today.
Yes, absolutely. And to my immediate forward,
yes, it's your boy Treble NLS. Never like supremacy, nature love shy. Out here with next level sense. You feel me?
Yes.
Yeah.
And my brother,
the visionary, the valuable, the venomous, the viceroy of violence, the Velvet Boys villain.
Dude you went to Rob Zone Dictionary.
Man, I'm just like, you get me. Yes, my vocabulary is vast. I'm keeping the alliteration.
Got you.
Yes.
You went to the V's. You going out like, was that Papoose who did the?
I hated that fucking. I thought that was so whack. Like that
was when it came out.
Yeah,
no, I didn't like it when it came out.
That
was like because it was just nonsense. It was just like,
what do you mean it was nonsense? He
none of the shit. He rapped the alphabet. So what? It didn't mean anything.
They didn't play that. They didn't play that in Magic City.
No, it was so bad. And I hated how Papoose' original vocals were mixed because it sounded like 8 niggas screaming at one time. It was like, why are you quadrupling your vocals, my nigga? And who the fuck is mixing this? This is why K Slay didn't want to play you. God bless the dead.
Why you buy this style though? Then why
did it? Alliteration is just it exists. That's why I said it wasn't in
literal shots fired
with all the V's.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God!
Man, that's the wrong one.
We don't get into Donald Trump because Donald Trump.
Yeah. Teflon T been bugging.
Oh, he's super bugging. But we have to start, and I have to go directly to you, Miracle, in breaking news as we were watching the Met Gala, and are we gonna get into Eric Adams with his?
Man, fuck that nigga. Listen, man.
First of all, listen.
This can be interchangeable. This can be.
Yeah, fuck Donald Trump.
They're interchangeable to me.
Listen, don't hate on his drip. Did you see the swag front and back?
Yo,
don't hate on the drip.
He couldn't wait to get to the Met Awards, boy, or the Met Gala.
You know he'd do like a 360 spin in his living room, which is like,
man, he couldn't. They were like he was dying. He been dying to go. Like,
man,
why?
Listen,
you know what I mean?
That jacket looks.
I didn't even peep.
No, his jacket looked like COVID feel like.
Look,
who knew we would start with a Met Gala breakdown?
Man,
but as folks
stop the violence. But like this, if he is going to say police violence is also gun violence, then we can have a conversation.
Say that, Miracle.
Right?
He definitely does not agree with you on that. But while folks were doing the Met Gala watching, right? Politico dropped this article that and I guess all these precedents, right? I guess this is the first time they said a draft opinion has been leaked, and supposedly it's saying that the Supreme Court has voted to overturn abortion rights, Roe v. Wade, and they leaked Justice Alito's opinion, which is the majority draft, and of course it caused this shift. Now I heard a bunch of things. One of the things I heard was they leaked it so people wouldn't riot, or wait,
they leaked it so people wouldn't riot?
Right, like they leaked it so like when it came to like the actual vote, and it actually becomes law,
no one was surprised.
Like people wouldn't go all full on crazy. I don't know, but so I want to come to you, Miracle, first with I mean, to heck with the leak at this point. I mean, like, is this something that we seen? I mean, they told us, right, it was coming. I mean, we seen Trump and the Republicans, like they pressed not to have Merrick Garland on the court. They got, these two super right wing, super conservative justices in, and a lot of it is this culture piece, right? Like, they want to kind of put that conservative, like white American, make America great again culture back into effect. So what was your initial reaction? What does this mean? Is there something we can do legally? Like, where do we go from here, Miracle? Teach us, guide us, save us, Miracle.
Y'all gotta save yourselves. Like, I can't save nobody. My life's a mess.
Me too. Me too.
So basically what happened was night before, Politico released this article that basically said we have Justice Alito's draft opinion. What Alito did was basically say not now or ever should abortion really be legal. We based it on all these precedents that found that gay marriage was okay, that interracial marriage was okay, that living with other people was okay, and that is not in the lexicon of the United States. Basically, the way the law works is you have rights that are codified in the Constitution. You have rights that are implied in the Constitution. And from that, you establish legal precedent through case law. And Alito said all of these cases, these social civil rights cases, were decided wrong, and therefore abortion was decided wrong. So that's why people are really freaking out.
Because this could mean like a total rollback of like most of the civil rights victories that folks have had. Yes.
Because it all boils down to how you interpret the law. If you go and say the words mean the words, then all of us are screwed, because black people didn't have rights in the law. Women didn't have rights in the law. If you didn't own land, you didn't have rights in the law. So a lot of people are super screwed. But this is because Republicans play the long game. They said when Roe v. Wade came down, they said we're going to overturn this. And they have literally said this day after day, year after year.
True.
And white supremacy comes in because you had all of these people, including the current administrations, that said, oh, this can't happen. This won't happen.
Right.
When they said they're going to end abortion, don't worry about it. Your uncle's just angry. Your grandpa's just flown over. Your auntie just feels like forgotten and abandoned. Don't worry about it. And now it's here, and we're screwed. But it is.
So does this make all abortion illegal, or like how does this work now?
Correct. So basically what Justice Alito is saying, it needs to be a states' rights issue. So it's going to go state by state. And we've seen in places like Texas where they're not only trying to ban abortion, but also criminalize you for going to other states to get abortion.
Yeah, like that's a
and so
driving across the state lines with illegally obtained weapons and killing people during a protest.
That's self-defense of property, friend. That's
patriotism.
That's patriotism, right? Yeah, that's patriotisism, right?
If you're white, if you're black, that's the definition.
It's gun running.
Yes, 100%.
It's the RICO.
Correct. So totally different things. Property, corporations, guns, those have rights. Women, gay people, black
they
people.
don't. Yeah.
So
kind of not in the American rights.
Absolutely not.
Venn diagram.
And so we're saying now is like once that becomes, once they physically or actually vote in places like Alabama and Texas where they've already
can bring me mine, bro.
Made like, they've made decisions to like ban abortion. that will be the law in those states now.
Correct. So some states had abortions fine. Some states said abortion was already outlawed at the time. So whatever law was on the books in 1972 or whatever.
That's how we get down, bro. Abortion's
I'm
banned, and you're just going to have a donut.
Listen. That's self-soothing. That's self-soothing. Yes, you're
self-soothing.
I'm an emotional eater. I'm distraught. Okay. I'm distraught.
So that's where it reverts back to, which is also why when Kanye was like, we got to get rid of the 13th Amendment, everybody was like, nah, because that means slavery comes back and it's legal.
Right.
So, no, the way in the United States, we never overturn laws. We just create new ones. Mm-hmm. And so if a law is ever changed, it just reverts back to what was happening at the time.
Wow. Somebody, I'm reading this tweet. It says the second Roe is struck down, it will be a first-degree felony punishable by life in prison for a Texas doctor to perform an abortion for a woman who was raped and impregnated by a family member.
That's fucking nuts.
And if you are a doctor who terminates a pregnancy if someone's in a car accident, or someone has cancer, or someone is going through like a mental health, there are no exceptions.
Right.
And so each state is different, but like Texas and some other, I think Texas, Tennessee, and maybe even Georgia right now, took away all the exceptions. So even life of the mother or life of the birthing person isn't even an exception for an abortion.
Wow. Any well, I guess you're eating a donut. Trouble, what's your thoughts on this, man?
I feel like white men should
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like when it comes to women's rights and what they do, I feel like they need to just sit that one out.
They will not take a seat, bro. They are standing up. They standing on top of the table, brother. Farouk, man, I'm
kind of distraught right now. I feel like.
Are you no, I mean, that kind of.
No, to me, I mean, this is a very triggering subject for me. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
like it's disgusting. It's oppressive. It's archaic.
Yeah,
it's medieval.
Yeah,
it's all these different adjectives, and the thing is, it's like it sets women. It puts women in such a terrible position. Just unilaterally, like across the board, women, this is a huge blow to just women existing as human beings. You know what I mean? And I had seen something last night too, was like, are we now saying that the moment a child is 6 weeks old, that's when you're considered a human being, so we can stop deporting the mothers for having U.S. citizens? You know what I mean? Like it's just wild, man. Like, every time an entitled white man gets in front of a judge and puts a gavel in front of him and discern and tries to discern, all these rights for people who aren't, wasps. It's fucking disgusting, bro.
And the reality is, like, the law, like, rich white men will continue to have, abortions for whatever mistresses because they'll have these laws aren't for them.
Right.
They're not for rich, wealthy people. Like, they'll continue to be able to do that. And this is going to affect poor people. This affects black people. That's who this affects. People whose health can be at risk oftentimes. Miracle?
No. See, the funny thing is, that's what we thought. But what we have forgotten is in this past 4 or 5 years, we have really radicalized a whole lot of suburban and rural folks who are now talking about, let's go into these doctors' offices, go and get these rich doctors, these fancy doctors. Everyone's screwed. Number one. Number two, it's not even about abortion. It's about birth control and population in general.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, I mean, it's going to be like a little TMI. But even for me, my birth control is considered abortive. So my birth control is like $200 as opposed to other birth controls that are free. Wow. So when this bill comes, or when this rule comes down, half of the birth controls are on the markets, the IUDs and all type of stuff are now also criminalized. So this is the whole idea.
So let me ask you this: what about the male contraceptive that they're working on? Like
they about to take that off the market.
That's coming off the market.
They're going to take it off the market. It's all about.
I was counting on that.
Woo!
You signed up already.
Listen, I'm all for it. Give me the male birth control. I'll take 2 doses.
It's two things. It's about population control, And it's also about making sure, even though women aren't the only people who need abortions,
right.
It's about putting particularly women back in the households.
Right.
So if you can't work, you can't go out, you can't be in public because you need to be at home pregnant.
Women are second-class citizens.
Correct. Again, because feminism has taken the man out of the home and the man is not the head. That's really
get on
what
your Dr.
this
Umar.
is.
Go ahead, get on your
That
Dr.
is
Umar.
what is this fight is about. And you talk about all these incels and these lost men, and every day we got to talk about like how men, are unloved and can't get married and aren't doing all this type of stuff, and they're using this to make men get back into the workplace, make men feel
it's making America great again.
Yeah. But it doesn't make America great again. What it does, it literally just forces mass immigration from the United States. And so I'm worried about what's going to happen if all of a sudden now we can't leave the country. Now you can't move from state to state. Now, like Texas is saying you can't go to another state. You're committing a felony.
Right.
We used to have free movement amongst the states. And so all of this change in legal precedent and no one's pushing back on it is going to make the next few years very interesting.
I kind of thought that this was kind of a writing on the wall once you started to need an American passport to fly domestically. Like these interstate travel restrictions were going to start to come about.
I mean, that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, and I had kind of wondered that was a very interesting thing to you now need what is it after this year, after 2022 you need a passport to fly in the continental United States, which is mad.
So I did have one more question for you on this, Miracle, and I kind of know the answer to it, although I'm going to ask you anyway. Are the Democrats going to...
No, absolutely. Like
they're not going to do anything.
Right now.
They can cancel the filibuster, right?
Right. No, it's not even canceling the filibuster. Right now, they can just codify Roe v. Wade into law. They have a Democratic House.
Yes.
They have a Democratic Senate, and you have a Democratic president.
Right.
No. Right now, Biden should be
like cinema.
It doesn't matter.
Mansion.
It doesn't matter. The thing is, you have to fight. And this idea that you only fight when you know you can 100% win is showing that these Democrats are not going to go to war for us.
Yeah.
Biden right now should be holding a presser saying we're introducing the bill right now. Doesn't matter what Manchin does. It doesn't matter what Sinema does. Yeah. If you are not out here leading and getting your caucus in, why are we voting for you?
But why aren't they doing that though? It seems like
why aren't rich white people like doing anything?
It doesn't affect it, but I mean,
it does. They just don't care. They're in their positions of power.
But I would think like this was almost like an alley oop to Biden. You're already flailing. Nobody's looking at even like to me. It's like, oh, here's the opportunity for him to look like a leader and presidential and fighting for folks.
It's for Biden. This is I screwed up. I didn't do any of my promises. I didn't cancel student debt. I didn't legalize marijuana. I didn't bring anybody home.
He didn't do nothing.
I'm going to sit here, let all these fires happen, and be like, vote for me in November, or are you going back on the slave shit?
Or you ain't black.
That is literally that's literally what the Democrats plan.
You really ain't black if you don't vote for me this time.
They haven't done anything, and now it's like, are you going to vote for me, or are you going to vote for the person who's going to be like, you're not a human being anymore?
Or maybe people just don't vote. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm leaning towards.
A lot of people are leaning towards not voting and being like, you know what, we're screwed either way. We might as well just be in our communities and survive. And that's what the Democrats really do not understand. Is Pelosi over there in Ukraine, ma'am? You need to. Like, you went to that war zone, you need to come over here and lead your troops into battle and do these social services that you promised the people.
Pelosi coming back with all the dashikis. She gonna come back with every, like Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet of all the dashikis, man.
I mean, because like here in Pennsylvania, we're basically, and I'm about to elect up and down the board a whole bunch of Caucasian men who are Republicans, some who are Republicans or Republican leaning, just because we don't feel comfortable talking about black and brown issues.
100%. Now, I did have one more question. Okay.
We might as well just go home and just let them two run the show today.
No, because we're going to get into some stuff.
Are you feeling left out? I'm so sorry.
Just because
I love when you get in your bag.
Shouldn't a woman be leading?
No, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I love when Miracle gets in her bag though, because you know.
They said men stand up.
They did, right. Stand up. Yeah. What's happened to black girl? I was like, stand up, man.
Stand up, goddammit.
Are we going to see? Remember the Women's March.
Oh, yeah,
and
they about to be marching.
Post-Trump, the pink hats. I was there. It was millions of women. Is there going to be a return of some type of big women's movement?
Yep.
Is there a possibility?
So unfortunate. And here's the thing. And it's not that it's unfortunate that women are fighting for themselves. It's unfortunate because all of these women who are going to be flooding these streets the next 3 weeks were nowhere when people were being shot by police. Were nowhere when these immigrant women were being raped and told that because they're immigrants they don't have rights. We're nowhere when it was black women are the most likely to be evicted. We're nowhere when all this stuff was happening, and now they're going to flood the streets.
Come on.
The police are going to let them protest. You're not about to see, at least locally, a bunch of white women be tear gassed, a bunch of grandmothers be hit, by the police.
By white tears, because we don't actually think they're real.
That's the problem. Trans, in places right now, you can go to jail for giving trans affirming care. You can be arrested for doing trans affirming care. Disabled people literally are signing up to end their lives because they do not have basic rights and liberties. None of these people were fighting, and next we're going to see the pink hats. We're going to see all these people crying, and it was but who did you vote for? Who did you bring out to vote?
True.
What conversations did you have? True. You're going to be able to talk to your racist grandpa about abortion, right. But when we asked you to talk about Black lives, you couldn't do it. But all of a sudden now, everybody's ready to go to war and to fight and to protest. Why are you out at the Why are you at the Supreme Court right now? Y'all told us to go home and stop protesting.
Come on.
Why are you having die-ins? Y'all told us we were, creating unsafe conditions, but now y'all are in the
street.
Talk
that shit.
So now I feel now
talk
it's
that shit, Miracle.
I got to go and fight just to exist, but then I got to fight with people who I know in 3 weeks are just going to leave and go back home and do what they were going to do in the first place. It's so infuriating, but that is literally what it is. What happens every single time, because half the people who are going to be here tomorrow and then the day after, when Biden got elected, said see you niggas and just went back to their suburban homes and to their jobs and moved on.
Yeah, you're right on so many occasions. But speaking of protesting and being told to go home, and I'll turn it over to my brothers. Right, according to the former Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, in 2020, at the height of the George Floyd protests.
Hold on.
Fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, fuck Donald Trump.
Donald Trump had a question.
I got to run it back one more time.
Fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, fuck Donald Trump.
Donald Trump had a question for his former Secretary of Defense as he saw protesting amassing in Washington, D.C. And his question was, can't you just shoot them? just shoot them in the legs or something.
Can't you? Yeah. Be hard on them.
Just shoot them because if you shoot them in the legs, they can't protest. They can't march.
Yeah, exactly.
So, this is, to me, it's almost like, This is absolutely not surprising in the least bit.
He took out a full-page ad in the New York Times to call for the death penalty for Yusuf and Corey. The exonerated five. This is the same man who was calling for violence and said that the officer who killed Eric Garner choked. He choked.
Yeah.
Nigga, you choke someone to death, and that's how, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, no, I'm not surprised at all that he would say this shit.
Treble, what was your thinking of Trump saying he wanted to shoot protesters?
I feel like
in the legs.
A part of me feels like I remember him saying this before.
You're 100% right, because he actually, this is what he tweeted days after George Floyd was killed. He tweeted, "These thugs, all caps, are dishonoring the memory of George Floyd, and I won't let that happen. Just spoke to Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and told him that the military is with him all the way. Any difficulty and we will assume control. But when the looting starts,
the shooting starts.
Yep. Thank you."
When the looting, I forgot all about that. So just now,
right? So he did actually tweet that. So he let him know. Of course, that again was only for black people, because when the looting started at the Capitol,
but when someone loots,
there wasn't no shooting. I mean, there was, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean, I guess they was keeping that same energy because someone looted some Pokemon cards and some pizza and got killed for that shit.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what
I mean, I think with this, I mean, like I said, like here, you know, if you're protesting, if you're peaceful, if you're unarmed, I mean, of course, this is in all of these police brutality cases we're seeing over and over again, you know, and of course, oftentimes they're unarmed black people. And here's Trump probably thinking that, you know, he would probably gain more support if he told the army to go out there and shoot protesters, particularly if they're black, right? If they're black, you can shoot protesters, but not if they're white. They, of course, according to, you know, there was another story. Basically, it was a book called "Frankly, We Did Win This Election: The Inside Story to How Trump Lost." That Trump told military and law enforcement officials that's how we're supposed to handle these people. Crack their skulls towards protesters. I just got
a flashback of watching Django.
Yeah, I mean,
that was really, you know what I mean. That was some Monsieur Candy type shit, man.
So, Miracle, I'm coming back to you. If he's on record, Miracle, if this is his Secretary of Defense, saying he wants to shoot protesters.
No. He's not getting arrested. He's not getting prosecuted.
That's assault, Miracle.
It is threats. It is a whole bunch
Trump
of stuff.
Trump apparently said he wanted police to beat the F out of protesters.
So, you know, like...
saying just shoot them on multiple occasions, Miracle.
You know, you can't arrest...
in the leg or the foot.
You can't arrest people...
for threatening
when
the
they're
lives
president
of,
of the United States.
Okay.
Unless they actually commit a crime. He didn't commit a crime. He said, Secretary of Defense, can you shoot him? He asked the question. He just posed the question. He didn't say start like a genocide. He said, can you shoot them? Luckily, the Secretary of Defense said, no, that's not how it works.
Wow.
We have the right to protest.
And the wild part is, like, this actually, in this weird world, right, this people will like Big T even more.
Yeah.
Like his supporters.
You just called him Big T. You not even call him like a fascist terrorist.
His supporters.
Y'all want to give him
big terrorist.
Y'all want to give
him.
Y'all want to give him all these accolades. I swear to God, when he comes here, I'm just gonna be embarrassed.
But I'm just saying, like,
I'm gonna be so embarrassed. What's
your Syrian for? Where's the Syrian and Farouk?
They don't even like me because they call me Big T.
Such wonderful human beings.
It's just, you know what? When he comes to
all
Pittsburgh,
the brands.
It's gonna be a monologue of all a montage of all the time y'all called him Big T, Teflon T,
Big T,
whatever names y'all called him.
Big T is in the city of steel.
That is what he's gonna walk out to, and it's gonna be. I'm gonna be embarrassed.
But it's why, and this is, I think, again. You know, for his black supporters, this is like, you know, what I want to.
They want to shoot him too. What are you talking about? Have you seen the way some of his supporters talk about other black people?
That is true.
Like,
that is 100% true. Now, again, you know,
he's not going to jail.
No. But what was
the cuffs are not going to clink on him.
No, but what was interesting is, you know, on the flip side, right? Because when we talk about the protest of 2020, now we have the other contrast, right? We have the riot of January 6th, right? Mm-hmm. And the first person, and this is mind blowing to me. I don't know if you want to get our Sound of the Police drop on, my brother.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Can we fire the sound engineer?
I thought no, that's not. Okay, you hooked it up.
This is what happens.
He's quitting.
Listen, we told
I didn't know you hooked it up.
Don't experiment with the mac and cheese on Thanksgiving.
He remixed it.
You want to do remixes?
He remixed it.
I had to do a lap.
So look, and we haven't really done Sound of the Police in a while, and then not that it wasn't a lot of police violence to talk about, right?
It's always police violence to talk about.
But what's like the first person convicted, on January 6th.
This is what we like to call in the States irony.
For assaulting an officer was an actual NYPD veteran
of 20 years.
Of 20 years.
20 years, man.
He forgot he didn't have the badge on that day.
Right, and he was the one that hit him with the flagpole.
He's the one that was beating the officer.
Yeah, with the flagpole.
With a flagpole.
Said he was attacking a rogue cop or defending himself against a rogue cop.
This is what is so wild. You know what I'm saying? Because he did say that.
I thought
right?
Blue Lives Matter, my nigga. I thought don't Blue Lives Matter?
But this is the wild part.
Hold the line.
Because it's
Thin
like
blue line.
when we talk about rogue cops, it's all no, never.
Just
like,
a few bad apples. Just a few bad apples, bro.
Blue Lives Matter. Like, but then he was like a
if
rogue
Blue Lives Matter, I guess I'm Gargamel.
Oh,
was that is that somebody's rhyme or is it?
I said that. But no, I said that. But listen, come on. Gargamel.
Do you know who Gargamel is?
You know Gargamel?
Not
Jesus
at all.
Trouble's like, yo, that's
I'm kind of waiting for him to explain.
you gotta explain the
It
joke,
was
bro.
back
so
in the
young.
day.
Back in the day, there was a
TV
show called The Smurfs. Wow.
Have you ever heard of that? The
Yeah, of
Smurfs?
course.
Okay, so
okay.
Did you see that light skin link up right quick?
Yeah, I was like, that's what I'm laughing at. Like, we were just like perfect synchronicity on that. I had the bed sheets and everything, bro. So Gargamel,
You had Smurf.
bed sheets, 1,000%, yeah. So Gargamel created,
Gargamel was the guy who hated the Smurfs.
he hated the Smurfs.
Was there a reason why?
He created the girl Smurf, right? To infiltrate Smurfette. He created
But
Smurfette.
why did he hate the Smurfs?
He was like Yakub. I don't know. He was like Yakub, maker and creator of the devil, the swine merchant.
I felt like that was a little patriarchal right there, but go on.
I didn't make it. I'm just saying.
Spicy.
Talk
But anyway,
about
Gargamel hated the Smurfs.
But why? We don't know.
I don't remember why.
So
he
back to Thomas, and this man's name is I don't know how we got no Smurf. This man's name is Thomas Webster. He said he was trying to protect himself from a rogue cop who punched him in the face. But according to the jury, man, the video didn't show that, man.
Gotta respect the badge, sir.
They said, I guess
Gotta
we were
respect the badge.
A juror said, I guess we were all surprised he would even make that defense argument. There was no dissension amongst us at all. We unanimously agreed that there was no self-defense argument here at all. You know what I'm saying?
when test the line goes wrong.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how do you, how?
And there was a Marine that got sentenced to 27 months for kicking a cop.
Let's not get into that because there was a case here in Pittsburgh. There was a Marine, okay, since you brought it up.
I did.
There was a former Marine, it's government Marines. These are the people that,
It makes you wonder if something's wrong with the system.
It makes you wonder what these men were doing
What were they
prior
doing?
to January 6th and who they were beating and kicking
and abusing.
and
I
fighting
mean,
and
it wasn't American
here
citizens.
and abroad.
I would say it wasn't American citizens, so it didn't matter because that qualified them for the position, right? If you can commit human rights violations off the United States shores, you're a patriot. But the moment you start brutalizing your brothers and sisters in blue, now we have to have a conversation.
there was,
I guess.
Allegedly.
there was, and this is the wild part, right? And I'm trying to find
Did they
the story.
shit on the walls?
I mean,
Every episode, we will not other people.
there was a story. Oh, here, is this it? There was a story. I'm trying to find out if this was it.
But this actually makes more sense why that black cop had that "Make America Great Again" hat. When
Oh,
he was
yes.
So he was like, "You ain't
he
gonna."
was like, "Not today."
That dude
today.
was smart. You know what I'm
He
saying?
was-
I'm hiding in
At
plain
first, it was
sight.
like, but now it's like maybe it was a safety precaution because he was like, "Look,
I mean, yeah. But it's like you kicked the cop, right? This ex-Marine kicked a police officer.
How did he kick him? Was it like a front kick? Or did he kick
But
him in
this is
shin?
the thing. He kicked a
like
police
American
officer
X kick."
Yeah, like pow.
during a riot at the U.S. Capitol.
No, this was legitimate political discourse.
And they gave this man 2 years?
Yeah,
And
that's
the
it.
black people who were jumping on the car here in Pittsburgh,
Got
got
six.
like 4.
There was
Yeah.
a case, and I can't find it. I'm trying to find it, and I couldn't find it. There was a case of a black dude here in Pittsburgh. I don't know if y'all remember this. That they gave him years for barking at a police dog.
What?
He was walking by the car where the dog was in the back seat. He
What?
barked at the
Nah,
police
I
dog.
don't know.
They were like, you assaulted an officer. They make it seem like the
Fuck
dog
them dogs.
is an
As much as I
officer.
love dogs, fuck them dogs, man.
But that's what I'm saying. And so, you're telling me that a guy can go, one, you're rioting, right? You're rioting at the Capitol. You're
legitimate political
storming
discourse. We'll agree to disagree. We'll agree to disagree.
Kevin Creek, and then you kick an officer in the process, and you
A road cop.
Come on, get that conservative
Objection.
bag, twin.
Objection.
Get that conservative bag,
and you
twin.
get 2 years. Like, yo, this is.
I can't bark at a cop.
Hey, bro,
Dog.
you can't even have a little bit of marijuana in your pocket, bro. We going down.
Who is weed? Why? There is no weed. Why?
I'm just saying.
What you have in your pocket is
No,
between
what I'm saying.
Contraband.
What I'm saying is,
Just say like we all got weed in our pockets.
I'm saying that if you do,
Niggas love substances.
It's the truth.
but I mean but I'm just saying, like, people have gotten years for weed, years for, like, I stole something out of the store.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
Niggas get killed over Pokemon cards.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, this is nuts.
That cop was like, violence, I choose you.
But the thing is, if you read the story that you're talking about in Oskaloosa or whatever, how you say that county in Florida, they said 2 people were accused of taking pizza and Pokemon cards.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
One person, they said there was a shootout. One person's dead.
Yeah.
One person's arrested.
Yes.
The other person can't be arrested because they're in the hospital. So now it's like, who did y'all kill? Mm-hmm. If there's only 2 people who stole stuff, one person's in jail, one person is in the hospital, why is this person dead?
The math ain't mathing.
And so it's like, once again, like Pokemon, like I have a life, right? It's not the best life, but I have a life. So I don't really understand what people do with Pokemon cards.
I could still name all 151 original Pokemon.
But I think that's the thing. One, it's like,
well, like, how much do these Pokemon cards cost?
I mean, I think
not a life.
Yeah, not a life.
A police SWAT response, because I don't think it's like thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards.
I mean, they hold value, right? They hold value, but like they're probably like $9, $10 in the store or something.
But
right?
I guess this is the wild part.
I don't know.
It says, officers watched 2 men get out of the car wearing masks and hoodies.
I mean, everybody's wearing masks right now.
Exactly. That's what I'm
COVID.
saying. Like, that's actually responsible of them.
Come on.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so what? They have a mask and hoodie on. But then the idea is like, okay, they left without paying for pizza and Pokemon.
So
they
what
gotta
is that?
die for that?
$15 total?
They said more than a dozen units responded
for $20.
Pizza and Pokemon, like, that's where we're at with policing now.
Did that pizza have yellow cake uranium on
My
that?
God, what in the hell?
Jesus Christ,
I get
bro.
people like, oh my God, what if someone came into your house and like. At what point do you just be like, you know what? Let me call the insurance company. Let
100%.
me something else. Like I've been robbed multiple times. Like people came in my apartment here and was like, took the copper. Stuff happens, right? I just don't understand this need to like have thousands of dollars worth of a police invasion and occupation in a parking lot to take somebody's life over stuff that you can, as a corporation, replace.
Like 100% easily replace. Like,
your insurance, that's a write-off. Like, literally,
this isn't good. Right. They didn't have a pack of knives. Like, it's not like, it's not like
you stole a gun and
right.
And
it's like, we had to try to stop them because they could have been using this to do some other crime.
No. So people don't really realize Target and Walmart have the most expansive surveillance system in the world.
Yes.
And literally connect with countries all across the globe to bring and prosecute people who steal from them. They capture your tags when you're in their parking lot. They scan your faces when you walk through the door. They track your data through your phone usage, through your swiping of the card. They have this interconnected system. And so if they wanted to prosecute and arrest these guys tomorrow, they could. So it makes absolutely no sense to have this type of response. Other stores, no. But like Target, I've been in court where people have, been arrested for taking stuff from Target, and you're just like, the picture is like 4D, like everything. They were like, and this person pulled here, they pulled in here, their cell phone pinged here. They will listen. Target will take you down.
It's Target.
That Target on there is there for a reason.
Come on.
Target is on you. Like, They said when you come for Target, you better never come again. Target will have you under the jail.
That's a fact.
So
they had snipers on the roof during the Pittsburgh protest.
They had, that wasn't snipers. That was the army.
Yeah, they had army snipers.
Right. The
army snipers. Yeah.
My idiot, I decided, like, since we were already at Target, I was like, I need to go shopping, right? So then I went into the Target.
Listen,
you know, it was already there. And when I tell you, we were followed in that store. Like, you literally had people like following us around in the stores. I was like, girl, I'm not about to riot in your store. I just needed to grab something. I was already here, and went back out and joined the protest because I was like, we were going to be there for like 30 minutes.
Low key, Target has some of the best candles.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And their Black History section was great, but like Target will put you in jail, prison.
And like you said, it's like get the plate number.
Right,
and just go get that person later on, man.
Let him enjoy his pizza and his Pokemon
I have always said,
come on.
I don't understand warrants. My thing is, why can't you just come and be like, listen, friend, we got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You either come or like, give me a warning. Let me decide what I want to do.
But
a lot of people.
Then that would mean like the need for less officer. That's actually like common sense policing, right? You know what I'm saying? And
like
less people dying. I did want to
shot these people on Friday, friend. We got you on camera. Do you want us to come get you? Or do you want to like handle your business, do your affairs, and come in on Sunday morning?
We can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours.
You know, and I do. Just from my own personal experience, I know most people have turned themselves in, right? When they're like, you know what you did. Just come on down. You don't got to admit anything. Just come in and
have a conversation.
I mean, it's pizza and Pokemon, like you said, like that would mean that we don't need to double the police force when police like can't catch somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean that like I said, that would be common sense, right? Like, do we need just the idea that as a like wherever this was in Florida, like that you have to pay all of that, like you have to pay for
Florida's
somebody for 12 cop cars to go get somebody with taking Pokemon and pizza from a multi-billion-dollar corporation that's not even going to miss it in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's ludicrous to say the least.
And then I'm reading here that the sheriff said, I have the utmost 200% trust in everything they do based on their training and their experience. Things escalate. This is the real world. And my issue with this statement is that, like, I 100% believe that cops escalate more situations than they take accountability.
Come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, how did they approach the situation? You know what I'm saying? Anybody would be scared if someone...
Not on my watch. Pizza and Pokey, not on my watch. Like, what's wrong with you?
You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, you can't expect someone in a situation where they know they did wrong to act any type of, like, sensical. You know what I'm saying? It's like, especially if you're meeting them with violence,
100%.
if you're meeting them with an attitude that's like, yo, if you don't listen to me, things can get deadly. It's like...
And that's pretty much... but that's how they're trained, right? You had a case, I mean, you know... It was a case in New Jersey where it said 2 New Jersey police officers witnessed a cop ticket a black motorist, but let the white driver off because he was a nice guy. These police officers reported this officer like for racial discrimination, whatever. And
tell me what happened next. Let me just take a wild guess.
They were retaliated.
Wow.
By their own police department.
You don't say.
You know what I'm saying? They broke the code for speaking out. You know what I'm saying? So like they're suing their own. And so this is what I'm saying. I mean, it's all the way. It's the culture of it. I mean, come on, it's got to stop, man. I mean, it's got to stop.
How many man hours did it require to have 12 units respond to a petty theft?
That's what I'm saying. And now somebody's dead.
Factor in the salary.
Somebody's in the hospital,
officers.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, right, that's what I'm saying. And it's like now
cars probably got shot up.
Yeah.
I remember here in Pittsburgh when there was a SWAT situation, and I remember standing and watching and just watch all of this, like these machines I had never seen before. Like I was like, what is happening?
They be excited to bring the toys out.
They
get excited.
It's literal military equipment that's coming down, Bedford Avenue, and I'm sitting here like this. There's got to be a better way to get somebody to turn themselves in. You over here cutting brick, putting like 20 people on rooftops, wait till the man go outside and just grab them there. Like it's not that hard.
This New Jersey case though is kind of wild because it was like. One dude was the first black sergeant in their department history and the only black person on the force. And the other officer was the highest ranking female officer in the force's history. and they both got 10 charges because they told on this other officer.
And they gave him shit. They wasn't even gonna.
They
weren't even going to promote the black officer to lieutenant. They gave him a hard time about it. They weren't even going to count the female officer's score on the test because she scored the highest, and they're like, nah.
You're fucking up the curve.
I'm just saying. I mean, this is all right. It's like these systems, right? These systems are about protecting what white men want. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we'll allow you in, and and it's like, oh, how dare you tell on what? Didn't you know, like, you're a guest in this system? Black man, woman, you're a guest here. This is our shit, and we're running it our way. I did want to. So there's 2 stories that we can end on. One, and you all tell me where to go. One was the white girl who was rapping the lyrics, the baby lyrics.
Her doing the bare minimum. Doing the bare minimum to go viral.
And then it came out that she said nigga, and then she had to delete her whole Twitter account.
I didn't even know that, but I'm not surprised.
Hilarious.
She was like, this is my moment.
Had 50 black barbecue invites, and then they all got rescinded.
It was, I mean,
a bobcat.
I seen a whole bunch of niggas saying like she's coming to my cookout. I was like, why?
Exactly.
Why?
Because we're the weakest link. Miracle. Because go ahead and say it. Or
it's not even that. It's just like white supremacy is so entrenched in all cultures that when a white person does something that we consider to be black or hood or ghetto, we feel that it's like a validation of us. So then we want to be like, oh my God, come on in. And then y'all get 6ix9ine ratting on y'all. But you know, that's a whole different conversation. But like Drake followed her. Like all those other people are not, you know.
I guess, I don't know, he probably unfollowed her now. But there was another story, and you put us down to this, Farouk, of a black girl who went to her prom.
Yeah. Oh man, this was so annoying.
Her and her prom date took pictures holding guns.
Yep, right? They had the blicks. They were practicing their second.
We don't know what is happening with this story.
So is this not true or false?
We don't know, because her cousins are saying that she didn't get suspended.
Okay,
but there's a GoFundMe saying she got.
Somebody
said
she got expelled.
Yeah,
and then they took her scholarship.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Scholarship got taken away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
TSU will not put anything out on social media as of yet. We don't know.
Okay, so we don't know about that. I'm glad you cleared that up.
Yeah, thank you.
What has pissed me off has been all these black people who are like, she shouldn't have done it anyways. She shouldn't have had a gun.
Right.
She, like, first of all, everybody in the mama knows I don't like guns.
Right,
but my belief is that if you're allowed to have a gun, do what with the gun, what you legally can, and people can take photos with guns.
Why can't you?
I've taken photos with guns prior.
I got pictures with guns from my Jahalil days.
Yeah,
but
why can't? I'm just like you said. If it's legal, you're not trying to. It's not illegal to take a picture with a gun.
But I
thought it was cute. I thought it was camp. She had correct. She held it correctly. She had the thing off her finger off the trigger. I think you know all the stuff you're supposed to do. Like,
and it's this, and you know, I believe it's the South, right, where like gun culture, hunting.
Don't you put on the South, because there's people up the street we taking pictures.
100%. No, this Pennsylvania. Right. We might have more. I think we have more guns. Only state I believe there's more guns in Pennsylvania is Texas. But I'm just saying, I know
weird.
Places like Pennsylvania, right? There's like a cult, like hunting culture, and like we go out to the woods, we have guns, we carry guns. Like,
I got the photo.
That's a natural thing.
I got the photo queued up. Like, if there's no difference here.
Yeah, no.
From the same prom year.
Well, the difference is.
But the difference is what?
Their color.
How you perceive, like, when you just like the white girl rapping the baby, like, right? A white girl with a gun is not perceived as threatening. It's not perceived right. When what was crazy Congress women and their whole family got AK-47s in front of the fucking Christmas tree.
Yeah, man.
Like, oh, that's cute. Oh, they're protecting their rights. You know what I'm saying? Black people with guns means violence. You know what I'm saying? Like, in their minds, it means a threat. You know what means violence for me is you know, I'm just speaking for me personally, but Nancy Pelosi in a dashiki is violence for me.
That's valid.
I thought you were gonna say them taking away that male contraceptive.
Taking away what?
Taking away your male contraceptive.
Oh, that's also violent.
But that's why I would like to see more like gun training and more gun advocacy with a black face happen in the city. I know a lot of people don't want to see that, and people are actively working against that. But I've said before, I think the NRA should go to all of these places that have high crime shootings and really teach people gun safety,
They'll never do that.
gun ownership, the value of protection, just because they are so bent on reminding people that having a gun is also the unfortunate responsibility of using it correctly. And I just think that we should think of these innovative ways. But again,
Yeah,
she looked cute. Her outfit, her dress was gorgeous. The hair was pressed. You know, I think that was either her cousin or her uncle, and you know, it is what it is.
And I think for those black people, right, that had a problem with, like, if you had a problem with her with a gun, but you never had a problem with any of these white children or white kids or white politicians with guns, then that's where your Terry Crews comes in.
Well, speaking of which, Terry Crews went on The Daily Show with Trevor Noah and apologized for his polarizing statements about Black Lives Matter.
Works sometimes.
He said, bullying works? It does.
Yeah.
I believe in bullying, man. Like, some people you can't bully on, like, in real life, so you got to bully them online.
He apologized to...
He said, I'm going to let you know, I really do want to apologize to anybody who was offended by these tweets and was hurt deeply. Because, as an example, as an African-American man, a black man here in this country, I do not want to give the perception that we're supposed to gloss over and forgive the death of George Floyd, the murder of George Floyd. And I want to apologize to everyone right now who was ever offended because it hurt.
What's coming up? Something about to come up.
I mean,
what's coming up? What's coming out?
That silence said everything. It's like, you know.
Did he delete his coon tweet? What did he say?
Any
coon
black
meant?
person who calls me a coon or Uncle Tom for promoting equality.
A coon meant something. What did it stand for?
Was,
I remember that.
Man, it was what the man? I got
it stood for something like oh man, I forget over niggas. What?
Hold on, I'm about to look at it right now. Conquer our own negativity.
if he hasn't deleted that tweet, he's still gonna be Terry Crews of the week. You know what I'm saying?
Conquer our own negativity.
We must ensure Black Lives Matter doesn't morph into Black Lives Better. Why do we have to ensure that, Terry?
I would like my black life to be better.
Why?
So.
Why can't we?
I would like to improve. Yeah, some improvement.
But you're not but you're good with white supremacy running the effing world, man. This is what I'm saying, man. Like, come on, man. No apology, not accepted. All right, you're still Terry Crews, and that's that,
man.
Do we have a book?
Yeah, do we have a book? Do we have Terry Crews' autobiography? That's probably what's coming next. The autobiography.
Yeah, he probably got something coming up. Yeah, I mean,
the autobiography of Terry Crews.
Do we have a book? Yes, we have.
What I would suggest people read is Justice Alito's opinion. And pay specific attention to
Pacific attention.
Listen, you know I have a speech impediment, so don't start with me.
You're talking about the ocean.
Don't start.
He
with
does that to me.
Oceanic attention.
Because you let him bully you doesn't mean I'm gonna let him bully you.
That's right. Don't let him bully you.
So we're talking about dolphins
first of
and
all,
whales.
keep playing with me. Keep playing. Just because you think you dripped out today does not mean
I'm in a
you have
t-shirt.
a reason to talk to your
Don't
Burberry
project your
shades.
insecurities.
You're eating your
It's for
Burberry
me.
shades friend. Okay, like I was saying.
Damn.
Was it the donut?
My sour cream donut. Listen, America runs off Dunkin'. Goddammit.
First of all,
They're not our sponsor.
Duncan's like, we do not endorse. We are not associated with anything on this podcast. But this, say it.
Specific.
That one paragraph that says, nor does the right to obtain abortion have a sound basis in the precedent, because Alito goes and lists a whole bunch of cases and talk from Lovington, Virginia, all the way to Skinner versus Oklahoma, and basically says all of these rights can be up for debate. So I would say people go and read Justice Alito's draft opinion, and pray
for the best. Yeah, pray for the best. What can we read Justice Alito's?
It's on Politico's website. It's because they're the ones who broke the story, so we have to give them credit.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have said they wanted to write some things.
No, he would be Catholic.
So tune into blackpittsburgh.com in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
We may have some stuff about this on there as well.
Can I say something that I noticed the other day? The streams of this on Facebook have been high.
Of what?
The show.
Bad. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, no,
keep watching.
Yeah, keep watching. Thank you.
Tune in.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
we
Tune in,
appreciate
turn
you for bringing us into your households, into
Yes.
your AirPods, into however you stream us. We are available on Apple Music, on Spotify, any places you get your podcasts,
Absolutely.
on all digital streaming platforms. We appreciate the support, man.
And do we have a call to action? It's other than like, I guess, call your senator, call your Congress people. Also, you know, I know there was also some information about Brittany Griner. Like
she's reclassified to a wrongfully detained person.
Let's bring that.
Bring Brittany home. Yeah, bring Brittany home.
Is there any other
biggest crush on them? And I was just like, ugh.
Is there any other like stuff? Is there stuff going on in the city that's coming up? I mean, I know we have our event on the 14th.
We can talk about that next
event
week.
on the 15th.
Yeah.
Anything else happening? A lot
of stuff happening. My mind just like froze. Between now and Saturday, there are a lot of marches and rallies planned.
I'm sure.
But we want to highlight the Brashear students. They did a walkout the other week demanding
Shout out to them.
more Black faculty, more access to mental health support. So our call to action, and we'll put link in the comments, is really to follow up with the Brashear students, look at their change petition, and support them, because they're some really cool, brave young people who are out here fighting to make their schools better. And
absolutely,
yeah.
All right. So with that being said, we will catch you all next week on This Week in White Supremacy, and hopefully we have maybe some more solutions. I don't know.
Do we ever have solutions on the show?
Yeah,
we always have solutions.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
That's why we have our call to action.
See y'all next week. This Week in White Supremacy. One hood, y'all.
Welcome to the whitest house. Slave souls haunt the halls when the light is out. Except the blood of the poor and the wet they mouth. The last gasp of a world that is dying out. Welcome to the whitest house, where every room is a tomb that they lie about. Where you can put your filthy feet on the finest couch, and for the right amount, you can even buy it out.
That's the essence of your entire political identity. You might be a white supremacist.